I'm Susan Berkley from GreatVoice.com, and this week on the Inside VoiceOver video training blog, we're going to talk about the medical narrations voiceover niche. Boy, this is a great niche. It's huge. It's growing. No lack of any work here. Let's talk about all the many ways in which your voice could be used for medical narrations. Well, the first is phone systems. Interactive voice response. These are sometimes patient diaries where patients on a particular drug will dial in to talk about how they're doing on the drug. It could be a drug trial or something like that. Conferences, medical education conferences, they're always recorded, and voice talent are hired to do the introduction and the outro as they are given to the doctors so they can study them on their own time. Device instruction and sales. So it's not just the drugs, it's all the thousands and thousands of medical devices that need to be trained, that the healthcare providers need to understand how to use. There's all kinds of video and audio that goes with that needs to be voiced. How about medical animation, or maybe crossovers into commercials, and on and on and on. Lots and lots of uses for your voice in medical narrations. Now, one thing you need to understand, and this is a bit of a challenge, is there's two styles in medical narrations. One is where you're speaking to peers, to other healthcare providers, and the other where you're speaking to patients. Now, when you're speaking to a peer, a doctor or other healthcare provider, you need to sound clear, concise, authoritative, like you know what you're talking about. You have to be very believable as if you are one of them and be very fluent with the medical terminology. But if you're speaking to patients, it's a lot warmer, a lot more empathetic, a lot more compassionate, deliberately slower so they can understand what you're talking about. And finally, let's talk about pronouncing all of those medical terms and complicated words that you might not be used to. The great news is today, most of them are online. You just Google the term plus pronunciation. Someone will speak it to you, and then you write it out on your script, and you're done. So I hope this was helpful for you. I'm Susan Berkley, back next week with more Inside VoiceOver.